So Real Madrid are in a spot of bother this season. After winning both La Liga and the Champions League last time out, Zinedine Zidane is now struggling at the Bernabeu, with the title race already over as Barcelona race ahead while Los Blancos falter. At the time of recording, Madrid are 4th in the league, with qualification for next season's Champions League in doubt. But when was the last time Real Madrid failed to finish in La Liga's top 4? Well, let's go back to the 1999-2000 season and see what happened. Before we look at how the season panned out, let's have a neb at the squad from that season and pluck out some familiar names. The official number 1 was German goalkeeper Bodo Illgner, but in fact it was baby-faced Iker Casillas who actually spent most of the season occupying the Real Madrid goalmouth, a goalmouth he would occupy for 16 years, although he would lose his place a few times before his exit to Porto in 2015. As for Illgner, he would retire in 2001 and went on to work as a pundit. Their defensive options included the current Nottingham Forest boss Aitor Karanka, who was a squad player most of the time but did make almost 100 league appearances for the club during his 5 years there. Since 2013, Karanka has taken up residency in English football, managing Middlesbrough and now Nottingham Forest, where he'll be hoping his defensive style of football will get them back to the Premier League, just like it did with Borough. When you consider some of the Madrid legends in this squad, it's hard to believe they didn't finish in the top 4. Roberto Carlos was in the middle of his time at the Bernabeu, Clarence Seedorf was in the final few months of his Madrid career, joining Inter in December 1999 for 44 billion lira, which was actually only 23 million euros, but never mind. Michel Salgado was kicking off his Madrid career as a youngster, embarking on his first season with the club after an 11 million euro transfer from Celta Vigo. And to think, all of Salgado's hard work was for one moment, to sign for Blackburn Rovers in 2009. Despite their disappointing season, Madrid had a squad full of exciting young talent such as Ivan Helguera, Fernando Morientes, Guti, and now an infamous striker known as Raul, who was still only in his early 20s, despite being Madrid regular who already had 100 goals for the club and was already 4th choice captain. Which maybe isn't that big a deal actually, 4th choice isn't that special. As for the men ahead of Raul in the captaincy pecking order, 3rd choice was Argentinian midfielder Fernando Redondo, vice captain was Fernando Hierro, and the man who had the armband permanently was the sweeper Manolo Sanchez, a one-club man who was with Real Madrid for more than 20 years. Madrid had also signed some past and future Premier League talent in 1999. Steve McManaman joined on a free from Liverpool, Nicolas Anelka arrived from Arsenal, while Cameroon's Jeremy also was signed to the Bernabeu, before later going on to play for Middlesbrough, Chelsea and Newcastle. Another future Premier League player at Madrid at the time was Ivan Campo, who would take his incredible perm to Bolton Wanderers in 2002. Madrid started the season with John Toshak in charge, but it didn't end that way, with the Welshman losing his job in November with Madrid sitting in 8th place, with Vicente Del Bosque coming in to replace him and salvage what he could of a shocking start of the season. Madrid ended the campaign in 5th place, but that doesn't tell the whole story, as only 8 points separated 1st place and 6th, with Deportivo La Coruña winning the league with 69 points ahead of Barcelona, who ended the year with 64 points, 2 more than 5th place Real Madrid. The top 4 was rounded out by Valencia in 3rd and Real Zaragoza in 4th, a side who are now in the 2nd tier of Spanish football. Just for reference, in the same season that Madrid finished 5th, the 3 teams that were relegated from La Liga were Real Betis, rivals Atletico Madrid and Sevilla, a fairly elite trio by today's standards, while the champions in 2000 Deportivo are currently embroiled in a relegation battle 18 years on. But back to Real Madrid, whose 5th place finish meant they were staring a season of UEFA Cup football in the face, a respectable tournament, but one that Real Madrid were a class above. They would lose their final league game of the season 1-0 at home to Real Valladolid, allowing Real Zaragoza to leapfrog them on the final day and steal their Champions League place. However, Real Madrid had an insurance policy. Whilst their league form stuttered, they were still doing the business in the Champions League, reaching the final, where they would come up against a domestic rival in Valencia, who had ended the season above Madrid as previously mentioned. In the European Cup final though, Madrid would win 3-0 and guarantee their place in next season's tournament at the expense of Zaragoza, who were demoted to the UEFA Cup due to Real's triumph. Could that be the case this season? Madrid are still in the Champions League with PSG on the horizon, while domestically they struggle, so could the European route be their only way into next year's competition? Let us know what you think. So that's what happened the last time Real Madrid finished outside of La Liga's top 4. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.